One really cool thing about Google Earth is their use of layers. Layers are located on the bottom left, and I don't have any layers chosen right now. I'm going to zoom in on the Earth a little bit so you can see that everything, it just looks like a satellite picture. I'm going to click on Borders and Labels, and now you'll notice your borders and your labels have shown up. And this makes it easier to navigate if you're moving around to see where you're going. We're going to look at some of the other layers. I want to look at photos. Now, if I click on this little arrow out to the side, it opens up two different options for looking at photos. I'm going to look at Panorama. Notice when I click it, you have little icons that show up. What I want to do is I want to go to Plymouth Rock. And I want to show you some of the pictures that you can find in Plymouth Rock. Alright, so I'm going to actually come over here to the harbor, and I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to click on a picture. And what this layer is, it's individual people who have gone on vacation, or maybe they're out taking pictures, maybe they even live there. And after they've taken the pictures, they upload it to Panorama, and then it shows up on Google Earth. I've actually uploaded some from around Savannah. If we move further down the map, we can actually click on the Mayflower, and we can see a picture of a reenactment of the Mayflower. 360 cities underneath photos is pretty neat as well. Well, if we go to Washington, D.C., we can actually zoom in a little bit. Notice our little icon shows up for 360 cities. What you're going to do is you're going to zoom in a little bit, and then you're going to click on the icon, click on the picture, and we zoom down. And what it does, it allows us to move around 360. We can have a really, really nice picture in front of the state capitol. Another layer I want us to look at is really, really, really a neat one. It's under your gallery. I'm going to open up my gallery a little bit, and I'm going to click on Ancient Rome, and I'm actually going to fly to Rome. So I typed in Rome and just hit enter, and it took us to Rome, Italy. And right now it doesn't really look like much is showing up, but when we zoom in, we're going to see our 360s showing up, our pictures. But once our pictures show up, and once we give the layer of Ancient Rome time to load, notice now we're going to see the buildings, where the original buildings were built, and it puts it on top of our buildings that we have now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click open. I'm going to click on the Temple of Divine Augustus, and notice it's going to give us more information. And I can even click on Visit the Rome Reborn website. So it's going to take me to a website and give me more information. So this is really great if you are teaching ancient Rome to your students. Another layer that is nice is the Discovery Networks. While we're in Rome, I'm going to click on the Discovery layer. And notice the Discovery Network comes up, and it is actually offering a wander through historic districts. So I'm going to click it open, and it's going to take us to a website where we can view and walk around the city. Discovery was loading a little slow, so we're going to go ahead and look at every trail. And we're going to look at a walking trail through Savannah. When I click on it, it's going to give me a little pop-up. And what I want to do is I want to view on everytrail.com. This is where people have basically taken pictures of a trail that they've been on, and they uploaded it to every trail, and then every trail uploads it to Google Earth. And it's really neat. As you'll notice, it starts here. It starts here, and as they move to these little bullets, it's actually showing the picture of what they see when they get there. Zoom in a little bit so we can see a little bit better. And notice it's like the little person is just walking around Savannah, and we see the little pictures pop up. And so that's a really neat layer. The next layer, which is really nice, is our National Geographic. I am going to click on National Geographic. Notice our icons pop up letting us know what we can find. One that I really like a lot, let me unclick this one. One I really like a lot is called In Their Voices. And again, you've got your little pop-up. If I actually go to National Geographic, what it's going to do is it's going to have a man in his own voice explain the impact that AIDS has had upon their lives. So I'm going to launch the presentation.
My name is Bavuisa Pepe. I'm 31 years old. When I was afraid because I know that if you are HIV positive, you are going to die. But when the time goes on and when the
Another really neat layer is called Rumsey Historical Maps. When I click on Rumsey, I'm actually going to pull back from Google Earth, because what we're going to do is we are going to look at a map from North America, 1733. I'm going to click the map, and what it does is it puts an overlay of the map from 1733 on top of today. And one reason I really like this a lot, if you notice, this is the shape that in 1733 that they thought Florida was. If you zoom in and you see that faint yellow line, that shows us our actual satellite borders from today. So the historical maps are really neat. If I want to get rid of this map, I'm just going to unclick it. Actually, I have to get rid of it up here. Oops. With the historical maps, even though I unclick it in my layers, it does put a temporary place up in your places area, so you have to unclick it here to get rid of it. Alright, the last one that we're going to look at, the last layer, is called Webcams. Some people have believed that Google Earth is real-time, what's happening right now, and it's not, but webcams are. If you notice right here in Australia, if I click on the webcam, it's dark. So when you're teaching children about other places in the world, you can pull up some of these webcams and show them the difference of time between us and different places. And that's, to get to more layers, you go to your Earth Gallery. I love these layers. I think they're great and they're very useful. I hope you enjoy them as well.